Silicon Valley Bank was collapsed on last week. The reason was pretty simple. Number one, you need to understand this about their bank. The vast majority of the customers in that bank were hedge funds, venture capitalists, and tech startups. They were not mom and pop. That's not who they catered to. Okay? So to put that in perspective, FDIC insurance of $250,000 covers your up to $250,000. The government covers your deposits in the event of a bank failure. Right? The typical bank, it covers 75 to 80% of the deposits. In other words, rich people have $500,000 or $800,000 or $1 million or something in your local bank, but most people are $250,000 and under. This bank was the inverse of that. North of 90% of the deposits are not covered. That means these were all multi-million-dollar customers sitting in that bank. So these were players, and they done got caught. Okay, this is what happened. So this does not affect your local bank at all. It has almost nothing to do with your local bank. It's a bunch of Silicon Valley tech startups and venture capitalists from all over the place. Your bank is safe. Calm your butt down. This has nothing to do with that. And what happened was, typically what banks do, this bank included, in order to have a stable balance sheet, a balance sheet that is very safe to back up the deposits, is they will buy bonds. Bond interest rates have an inverse relationship with bond prices. What that means is, as interest rates rise, bond values go down. So they had a whole bunch of bonds that they bought when interest rates were 1.7, 1.8%. Interest rates are currently about 4% on the bond market, which means their bond portfolio had gone down in value dramatically, and they had billions in bonds. Then they got scared, and a couple people got spooked, and they start unloading a bunch of those bonds, and then the rumor mill kicks in. The venture capitalist boys come flying in like they do and start scarfing the money, and they close the bank.
And that's what the bank run is.
They close the bank.
When all the customers show up
So
at
your
once.
local bank, A, is going to cover the vast majority of depositors. You're fine. B, there's not a bunch of players in your local bank. That's not who's dealing in there.